Hey, Vsauce! Today we are going to look at 11 starter dinosaurs that you can purchase in a sandbox game of Jurassic World Evolution 2. These are the dinosaurs that you can dig up and create even before opening your park. You might be confused as to why there are 11 dinosaurs on this list, and I tell you why. It's because 5 of those dinosaurs subscribe to this channel and 6 have not subscribed yet. Or actually, the real reason is you've forgotten about the immediately researchable dinosaurs, you dummy. I will also share 2 gameplay facts about these animals. Or I won't. Let's go through the starter dinosaurs you know about first, and then the researchable starter dinosaurs second. So the first dinosaur on everybody's mind and everybody's most hated wanted list is of course the Struthiomimus. What's incredible about this creature is that in a way it's the most overpowered dinosaur in the entire game. If you were to start a sandbox game with low amounts of starting cash, the Struthiomimus is pretty much the only creature you could realistically buy without going bankrupt. I have tested this. Everything else is very inconsistent and a much larger risk because of their costs. A single Struthiomimus is oftentimes more cheap than buying like one brush of forest. The second dinosaur on the list is of course the Cantrosaurus. Believe it! This animal is very DDD, a very decent defensive dinosaur for trying to force fights with to unlock other dinosaurs such as the T-Rex or the Triceratops. Did you know that the Cantrosaurus had cattle-like horns? Because I sure never heard this, Dr. Wu. If you are enjoying the video so far, you can comment something like broccoli in the comment section below. I am not sure, but I just think Struthiomimuses would love to eat broccoli if only they could use a credit card. The third dinosaur is your very first eldritch horror sauropod, the Amargasaurus. The skeleton of this dinosaur was constructed badly, and this is what it was actually supposed to look like. Source? Trust me, bro, even though it's one of the worst appeal rated dinosaurs by cost, I really like them because you can just place a single one into any other herbivore's exhibit to increase your species count. And by the way, I'm not talking about the Amargasaurus, I'm talking about the goats. The fourth dinosaur is the Dilophosaurus. They are kinda stupid, dog-sized creatures, so why is their security rating a 5? Now, of course, fences in this game are a complete joke. You could keep your T-Rex in a wooden shed and it still wouldn't break out of it if it was comfortable enough. However, you can turn on intelligent dinosaurs and you wouldn't be able to contain your Dilophosaurs until your park reached a 2.5 star rating, at which point you can finally unlock fences with a security rating of 5. Well, not entirely. Check out my Intelligent Dinosaurs video after this one. Just put the video on a different tab or save it to your watch later list. Or don't. Finally, everyone's favorite Jurassic carnivore, the Ceratosaurus. This is one of my favorite starter dinosaurs. Not because I like it, but because they are very profitable. Recently I made a park with randomly selected dinosaurs, the second park in the series. The video is done when it's done, okay? And my first 3 Ceratosauruses immediately propelled my park to have a 2.1 star rating. Luckily, Ceratosauruses are quite dumb. They only have a 25% chance to be intelligent, so I can keep them in my paper-thin exhibits forever. Let's go through the researchable dinosaurs at 0 stars. The 6th dinosaur on the list is the Draco Rex. It was named after the Harry Potter franchise, Its full name is actually Draco Rex Hogwartsia, which is probably the worst fanfic name I've ever heard. This was the randomly selected dinosaur in our first randomized Sandbox park. They are really cheap, kinda like the Struthiomimus. They would also be good to force fights with, except the game doesn't register like 75% of fights that take place in the game. So it's actually a horrible way to increase your won or lost fights counter with. The 7th dinosaur is the Lystrosaurus. It comes from the Dominion Malta expansion. The Lystrosaurus is not actually a dinosaur, it's a dog. They are pretty space effective, able to fit into tiny exhibits, and they don't require much vegetation either. They probably also like broccoli, like the Struthiomimuses. The next two dinosaurs are both stegosaurids. One of them should have been an ankylosaurid you can unlock at 0 stars, but the developers were thinking about the broccoli joke when designing the video game, so they kind of forgot about it. One of them is the Cantrosaurus, and the other is the Huerjosaurus. They're actually pretty different gameplay-wise, kinda. The Cantrosaurus is a much cheaper dinosaur and requires a smaller population, whereas the Huerjosaurus is a much larger investment because it costs more money and requires a bigger population. The Cantrosaurus is a little more appealing for its cost, but the Huerjosaurus can fit into a smaller space. Whether you should get the Huerjosaurus or the Cantrosaurus in your park depends on if you like Chinese or African dinosaurs, you dino racist. The 10th dinosaur on the list is the Apatosaurus. Two fun facts about the Apatosaurus is that you always confuse them with the Diplodocus, and they are the most expensive starter dinosaur you can get. Not in terms of money, but genetics and welfare skill required to actually make them. You pretty much need a Dr. V and a Dr. G just to make this thing. When it comes out of the hatchery, the Apatosaurus kinda looks like a Down syndrome Loch Ness monster. No offense to anyone who has Down syndrome or lives in Scotland. The final dinosaur on our list is the biggest carnivore you can start your park with. It's also not a dinosaur but a Dinotaur. Of course, we are talking about the Carnotaurus. It's the most expensive Dinotaur you can get in terms of money, and you need 2 of them. I made the mistake of turning on intelligent dinosaurs for the very first time and buying these dinosaurs first. They pretty much took over my park in 5 minutes and also filled out my tax returns. If you'd like to see them in action, check out the Intelligent Dinosaurs video in the top right. You can like or subscribe to the channel and comment broccoli or do whatever you want. Now go!